What's up guys, welcome to this week's video. In this week's video, we're going to be doing a sound clip and a review on the new MBRP exhaust, the XP that I got from my Focus ST. Now if you haven't already, in the comment section below, go ahead and put a question that you'd like to ask me for my 1,000 subscriber Q&A video coming up soon. So you can do that in either this video or the previous video. I'll put in a link in the description below of the previous video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get to the actual video. Alright, so what do I think about this exhaust? It's pretty nice. There are a few things, but for the most part, I would say overall, maybe about a 7 out of 10. And I'll give you a few reasons for that. First of all, if you're only looking for volume and the only thing you want to put on your car is an exhaust, but you want something loud, this is not the exhaust to do it. For the most part, with everything else stock, the only thing I have right now is a green filter. But for everything else, if everything else is stock, you just want like your car to be loud, this is not the exhaust to do it in. It's a pretty quiet exhaust. It's maybe a few decibels louder than the stock one. The nice thing is you can hear more of the turbo, and you could definitely hear the bypass valve. But yeah, for the most part, it's relatively quiet. You definitely notice it when you kind of get on it, when you put a load on it and you really revving the engine out, then you can really hear it. But this is not one of those exhausts that if you were to like even floor it like next to a cop, they're not going to pull you over for the sound. They'll probably pull you over for the speed. So if you're looking for an exhaust, now if you do plan on adding other parts like catless downpipe, things like that, this is actually a great starting point because it's quiet enough that, and I plan on doing this, I do plan on going stage 3 in the future. I will be putting a catless downpipe on this car. With that cat delete, it'll be loud, but it's really not going to be obnoxiously loud, which is really nice. And I do enjoy that about this exhaust. Like I already know, and especially with the turbos, like, just in general kind of act like mufflers. They do reduce a lot of that exhaust volume just because you are feeding a lot of those exhaust gases into the turbo. You can definitely go stage 3 with catless downpipe and the MBRP exhaust, and you're not going to be obnoxiously loud. So it's not a straight pipe. There's a muffler in the mid pipe section. Yeah, it'll be good. It is a 3-inch system, so you're going to get a lot more airflow through your exhaust system. So I like it because you can really hear the turbo more. The tone is nice and deep. From what a lot of people said, this is probably one of the deepest tones you can get for an exhaust on the Focus, and that's what I really like. I really like deep exhaust notes. So this that are rumbly. So this worked out really well for me. Now a few things that I'm a little unhappy with, and I don't know if this is really the exhaust or if it's just Ford's design. The exhaust itself was good quality. I've heard a lot of I've heard a lot of complaints about how MBRP, the quality control, wasn't very good or wasn't there. However, a lot of those complaints were when this car was like first released, so like a 2013. And so it's possible that, there were just quality control issues when production first started. Now, one of my main complaints, and again, I don't know if I really am going to be blaming MBRP for this, but there's a hanger in on the car, and so this is a Ford design issue. There's a hanger on the car, is the one that basically hangs the mid-pipe. This hanger is terrible. It's flimsy, it's rubbery, like I can flick it with a finger and it'll bend. And so the problem with this exhaust is the way it sits, or the weight, or whatever. If you're using factory hangers, which unfortunately I am, you're gonna get a lot of rattling. So it's definitely recommended to get like the Cobb hanger set. It's only like 40 bucks, and so I'm going to be purchasing that real soon to replace my hangers, and that should technically get rid of a lot of the rattles. One of my other complaints about this exhaust is it does get a little bit droney, and a lot of that honestly is just due to the fact of the low note and the fact that it's not super loud. If you can tell, a lot of the exhaust, or a lot of the stock exhaust for the Focus ST is actually pretty droney itself. If you were to do like a resonator muffler delete on the stock exhaust, it'd be very, very droney. You can just tell that just by the note that it gives you. This exhaust sounds great at low RPMs, you know, so like low RPM driving, so like parking lot or even, you know, side streets. Where the drone really kind of hits you is if you're just cruising along freeway, you're in 4th gear, and you know, you want to, you know, just give it a little bit more speed and pass someone, like, and you put your foot down a little bit, that's when it starts to drone. But as soon as you hit your cruising speed, like where you want, it actually doesn't even matter what that cruising speed is. As soon as you hit that cruising speed, get yourself into the right gear and just like keep it there, the drone disappears. So when I say droney, it's not like there's constant drone, it's just that there's some drone when you do certain things, but it's not enough for me to really like complain about. But yeah, overall, I do really like this exhaust. I definitely recommend it. It hasn't fully broken in yet, so I don't know if the tone's gonna change. I like it. I probably won't change it. I'll just be adding stuff to it. So yeah, and again, guys, reminder, we did hit 1,000 subscribers. If you do want to be part of the Q&A video, please put down any questions that you have in the comment section below in either this video or the previous video, and I will make a Q&A video sometime in the near future. With that being said, thank you very much, you guys, for watching. Throw us a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.